Texas Sports Hall of Fame. We're now joined by Jayden Nunn. He was at Virginia Commonwealth. Today made the commitment to Baylor to play for Scott Drew and company. This is David Smoke, Craig Smoke, and Paul Catalina. Jayden, thank you very much for your time. Has your phone been blowing up, and what has your day been like since the announcement?
My phone has been blowing up since the announcement. As soon as I announced it, I put my phone on Do Not Disturb and it worked out. I just got done working out.
You put it on do Not Disturb, and you're just now kind of getting out there, right?
Yeah.
What about the decision with Baylor? Obviously, they need guards. They're looking for guards. What was that conversation like?
It was a good conversation. You know, they showed me not how like, you know, they want me, how much they want me, but how actually they need me, how it's in their system. You know, so it had a great conversation with Scott Drew and all the rest of the coaching staff, and it made me feel welcome making this decision as well.
Jayden, let's talk about that fit in the system. This year they kind of took a little bit of a step back defensively. In the years leading up to that, they've been very good defensively. That is one of the things in your wheelhouse is your ability to shape games with your defense. Where did your skill on defense come from, and is that one of the things they talked to you most about kind of rebooting their defensive prowess?
Yeah. That really came, that defensive ability really started, you know, my freshman year in high school, you know, just playing against older guys and, you know, trying to stop them from scoring. You know, I had a mentor, you know, my freshman year in high school, a guy named Jayden Nunn, who really put that in my mind. You know, defense wins games, you know, just always block up. Even not playing good on offense, just always trying to lock up and stop your, you know, opponent from scoring, you know, look better than. That was make winning plays as well.
Jayden, did you have any prior connections or knowledge of the Baylor staff or the Baylor roster? Or when they reached out, was that the first time? And who'd you kind of get to know and who made you feel comfortable?
Yeah, that was the first time, you know. So I've been watching Baylor, you know, throughout my whole childhood, throughout, you know, growing up, I've been watching Baylor basketball. So, you know, I've been seeing the style to play, how their guard play, you know. Coach Drew really made me feel welcome as well, you know. Just contacting everybody that I was connected with, you know, he was willing to do whatever to get me there. When I seen him willing to do whatever, that showed me how much he needed me on his team, so that's when I made the decision.
Jayden, have you talked to any former Baylor players, those who are leaving at graduation? Keontae George is headed to the NBA. Adam Flagler could be headed to the NBA. Obviously, any of those guys, have you had conversations with them?
No, not yet, but I plan on having conversations with them as well. Not yet, though.
When you look at your defense, give us your mentality when somebody crosses midcourt and it's time for you to lock them up.
Mm-hmm. Say it again.
When you are on the defensive end and somebody dribbles, crosses midcourt, give us your thought process of locking them up.
You know, I really try to time their dribbles. You know, I had a lot of experience playing guards. You know, a lot of guards, you know, they do the same dribbles, or, you know, a lot of guards play the same or have the same size of dribble package. So, you know, all you gotta do is, if you time it, you can get a steal. But, you know, I try not to foul as well, but if you time, you can get a steal for sure.
Virginia Commonwealth has always been known for a very, very in-your-face, aggressive style. You have that. They had that when Shaka Smart was there. Where does that come from?
That really comes from their style of play. When I first got here, you know, that's just how they play, and I loved it. You know, that's why I went to VCU at first. You know, they had a good style of play. That's how I played in high school, and that's how I wanted to play. So that's why I picked VCU. You know, great aggressive style of defense.
So, say you have an off night scoring. Do you feel good if you make sure that the other guy across from you has had a similar night?
Yes, I do feel good, yes. I love getting stops. That's what I live for. I love making my opponent feel uncomfortable and everything. I love that.
Jayden, where that tenacity, that love of basketball, love of defense, where did all that kind of originate for you?
You know, really started my senior year in high school. Showing it, just like, you know, proving that I, you know, deserve I deserve to play on a bigger platform. And, you know, I feel like I was very underrated. So, you know, I like playing when I played against, you know, higher recruits. And I just showed them that I'm as good as them as well. You
were named to the Atlantic 10 All-Rookie team or All-Freshman team. Your thoughts about that conference? Because in basketball, there's 363 teams. Virginia Commonwealth is known as a team that's going to get to the tournament and usually have some pretty good success. What about the Atlantic 10? Tell us about that conference, the competition, and how it prepares you for Baylor in the Big 12.
The Atlantic 10 is a great conference. It's a good conference as well. You know, there's a lot of good conferences in college basketball. Atlantic 10 is an underrated conference. It's a good conference. A lot of good teams. Dayton, St. Louis, you know, they're very good teams in this conference. You know, I feel like it prepared me well for playing in the Big 12 as well. I want to play in the Big 12 all my life.
How much of Scott Drew and Baylor developing guards for not only as they get better when they're in college on campus, but later on the opportunities to play at the next level, was that a part of the discussion, and did you have that in your decision making?
I did have that in the decision making as well. You know, they had developed great guards. You know, great guards that came through there, and they have a great player development and a plan set for me when I step foot on campus.
How much of the culture of Baylor and what Scott Drew and company have created, that culture of joy, so to speak, kind of also comes into play with you?
You know, that culture is, you know, that's a great culture. Me and my family, you know, of joy, you know, Jesus, others, and yourself, you know, that plays a lot. That played a big role as well. You know, Scott Drew is a Christian, Baylor's a Christian school. You know, me and my family, I grew up in a church as well, so that played a big role in making this decision as well.
All right, so I just did a quick Google search of you to find out something that we weren't going to ask you about. And on your VCU page, they said that you were an accomplished youth bowler. Do you still have those skills?
Yes, I do.
All right, take us out to the lanes, the four of us. How badly are we going to lose to you?
Y'all gonna lose pretty badly, really badly.
What's your highest score?
279.
279.
Gosh.
Yeah. Is that just something you still have a chance to go do to unwind or to just go chill? How often do you get a chance to still do that?
I do that on my free time. You know, the guys, you know, I let know people like bowling a lot on my free time. You know, me and my girlfriend or my teammates who go on a little, you know, we go out, we'll go bowling and stuff like that. So you do that a lot on my free time as well.
Jayden, if you had a split, one on one end, one on the other, and you had to kind of somehow ricochet one off the wall or whatever, do you go for the one on the right to ricochet it or the one on the left?
The one on the right.
And then you slam it. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
279. All right, one more thing. You mentioned that you made the commitment. You turned off your phone or do not disturb. We appreciate you very much for joining our show. What else? What are you going to do now? How quickly do you get to Waco? What's next for you? How much time do you have left at VCU, and maybe something else you're going to do along the way the next 2 or 3 weeks?
On my leave May 5th, I plan on getting to Waco early. I just talked to the coaching staff about that last night. You know, getting away if I can get to Waco early, make sure I absolutely can. So I for sure will be at Waco early before June 1st when we got to be on campus.
When you took the do not disturb off, you obviously had some annoying text messages from me. But how many other text messages did you have when you turned it back on?
Around like 400 to 500.
400 to 500.
400 to 500. People happen. That's great. Jayden, I watched highlights of you. How often did you ever watch Davion Mitchell out front playing defense for Baylor?
I watched them a lot. You know, when they had the great success, you know, winning the national title in 2021, I watched them a lot. I watched their team a lot, as well as Jared Butler. You know, I've seen their defensive intensity, you know, and just stopping other guards. They had a great offensive end as well, and they were just able to score the ball like efficiently.
Jared Butler, Maceo Teague was phenomenal with his wingspan, and also Davion Mitchell to win the national title, among others. Jayden, thank you very much for your time. Congratulations. We'll see you soon.
Thank you. No problem.
Jayden Nunn, Virginia Commonwealth transfer, now at Baylor, joins us on 365 Sports. Coming up next, anything from that card?